Hey there everyone, it's Misty here, welcome. So for today's video, I'm going to be setting up my new Erin Condren Deluxe monthly planner as my budget calendar, because Bish loves money. So in the past, I've actually used a 3-ring binder and some inserts that I created, and I will have my original budget video linked down below. It was made like 4 years ago. I really need to update it, but my husband and I follow a zero-based budget. It's Dave Ramsey has made something similar, very popular. We don't necessarily follow his steps. But we do follow a zero-based budget. And what that means is that all of your money works for you, and at the end of it, your bank account should be zero. But that doesn't mean you're broke. It just means all your money has been accounted for and you made your money work for you. So again, I will link my original budget setup video down below. Like I said, it's a couple of years old. If you guys would like an update, let me know. But a little background about Rob and I, we are married and we have a cat. So you're not going to see expenses like school clothes or, supplies. Anything to do with kids will not be in this budget. We also don't have a whole lot of sinking funds. I'll talk about my sinking funds in the next video when I actually set up for August. We do have consumer debt just like everybody else, but we started this journey back in 2014. And I couldn't figure out why we were living paycheck to paycheck. And then I realized just how much money we were spending and we just didn't know. So we have switched to cash only, other than bills. I pay my bills with my online bill pay. I also pay my bills twice a month. We have 2 paycheck time frames that you'll see again in the next August setup video, but Rob gets paid twice a month. I get paid once a month. So I pay all of my bills on the day we get paid. I don't like to pay them throughout the month. I like to get them paid, get them out of my account, and that way the only money left in our account is money for gas. So anyway, again, this will be a process. I'll show you how I've set up. Today I'm just going to set up the main areas in my planner, and then I will film an August setup video. If I did them all in one video, this would probably be 2 hours long, and I don't think you guys want that. So I initially had filmed a unboxing video for this, but I'm not going to upload it unless you guys just want to see it. So many people have this out. It is a planner. It's a monthly planner, so there's just months and note pages. And like I said, I created some things to help me kind of get this set up. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm not going to bother putting my name on it. In fact, I may just take this out. This stays at home. It's not going anywhere. It's something that only Rob and I will have access to. So let me just take that right now. I know you guys are going, no! But honestly, I don't need my name in the planner. I don't put it in any of my planners. So the first area I'm going to set up is this area. And I'm going to use this for my yearly income. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark all of our paydays. And then I created this. Oh, it's sticking to the one underneath it. I created this little thing to cover this part of it because this planner, although it goes to July, I will probably purchase a new one in June. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. See if we can get this down without messing up. My paper is not removable, but hopefully you guys can see. Yes. A little crooked, that's fine. I didn't go quite far enough, but that's all right. So what I'm going to do is at the end of each month, I'm going to write the total amount of money that we had in that month. And I've done this in the past. It just kind of helps with taxes when we get our W-2s to know, yes, that's how much we have. No, we should have more. Just kind of give me an idea. Let me just mark this out with a white gel pen. Right, so that's what that's about. And then I created these little headers. Get those on. I'm going to fast forward through this kind of decor part of it, and then I'll show you what I do for the actual planning part. So I'm doing a little bit of a yellow and purple theme here. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to use these market dots that I picked up on Amazon to mark the paydays for the year. So I'm going to speed through this part. Rob is going to be purple and I'll be yellow. So this is our pay periods. Now I did not put YouTube down because YouTube is not really consistent for me. It depends on how often I'm uploading, etc. on my channels. So I didn't put YouTube down. This is just our fixed income, I guess you could say. So Rob gets paid on the 15th and the last day of every single month. The 15th unless it falls on a weekend, and same thing for the last day of the month. So I've marked all of his pay periods, and then I get paid on the 4th Wednesday of every month. So some months, like here in April, there's 5 Wednesdays. So if there's a 5th Wednesday, then I get paid on the 4th Wednesday. And again, I'm going to write our total fixed income on this little area right here. So the next part is going to be our yearly due dates, and I didn't make anything to put at the top. Probably should have. Maybe I'll go back and do that at another time. But this is going to be where I write what's due if something's like due yearly, like our Costco membership, Roxy's vet and her registration with her chip and the registration with the city, those kinds of things. So I made some date labels and I've just foiled them because I wanted to, because I think it's pretty. So I'm gonna put these down. Yeah, they're a little big. I thought they were gonna be a little big. They are a little big. That's what happens when you think you're measuring correctly and then you don't take into account the offset. That's all right. So as I mentioned, this is a little different for me because we normally start our new budget in January. So I'm setting this up for 2019, but I've been budgeting for 2019 for 7 months now. So I'll kind of walk you through that. So you're going to see how I have some sinking funds that that will end like in October, and we'll start them over again in January. So I could keep going, but it's just easier for me if I start out in January. Makes it a nice even number. So yeah, so we don't. So, and like I said, we don't have a ton of them. I'll go through those when I set that part of my planner up. But this is just kind of like I said, yearly due dates. Like I know for me, I go to the doctor probably 17 times a month. That's an exaggeration, but I'm at the doctor monthly, basically. Rob, he goes to the doctor, every 6 months. So he'll go in August, and he won't go in again until February, right? Is that 6 months? November, December, January, February. 4 months. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, he normally goes to the doctor in February and August. March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, he goes every 6 months, so I don't know. That's 6 months? I don't know. Math is hard for me, guys. Everything is hard for me. Everything is hard for me today. And like I said, we have to register Roxy, like when our car registration is due. And like I said, some of those things are sinking funds and some of them are not sinking funds. So, like our birthdays, those kinds of things. I know a lot, I know Sarah Marie, who I kind of took some inspiration from. She has like 30 sinking funds. I think I have 5. I know Jen Plans, she also has like 50 sinking funds. I can't keep up with that. So, and plus it's just easier for me to do it this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and write in some of them. I'm gonna be using erasable pens. I don't know if this review is up yet or not, but I'm gonna be using, my little kitty cat, these little Vanstack. These are erasable pens, and I'm going to be using them. And I think I'm going to match. Let's be matchy-matchy. Why not? Okay, so do we have anything due in July? I don't think so. I know Rob is going to the doctor in August. Oh, you know what? Rob goes to the dentist in July. September, we have Costco. I think that's $50, $45, something like that. In October, I'm going to go ahead and use this yellow, I guess. October, Rob Start Pass. Anything else in October? I go to the neurologist, but I go see her several times a year, so I'm not going to put that. November, I can't think of anything. Of course, December, we have Christmas. Anything else? I'll have to look at my due dates. I don't know. Amazon Prime. I think Amazon Prime is due in December. November or December. Let me look here. November 14th. I'm glad I looked. So, and it's 119. When did Prime get so expensive? December, pretty sure that isn't anything. January, Rob will go to the dentist. Look at that. Oh, love to erase. I think that's it in January. February is our card tags. This is a leap year, or 2020 is a leap year. I was like, what the hell is that? March is Rob's birthday. And again, we have more than this. Oh, we have Sam's in February. March is my birthday. I mean, April is my birthday. May, we have to get chlorine tablets. In June, I don't have anything for June for right now. So this will get added to as we go along. And like I said, I know I'm forgetting a ton of stuff. I thought I grabbed everything. I did not. But this is mainly what we, I don't have anything else written down. Mainly what we pay once per year. So the next part is August, and like I said, this is where I'm going to put my sinking fund and my debt snowball. And then at the back, where the notes are, is where I'm going to put my debt tracker. And I'm going to leave 2 pages of notes and then start my debt tracker here. So this is kind of what I did for my debt tracker. I've got what the debt is, the beginning balance, the payment date, how much I paid, and then what the new balance is. And I've done this in order of how we're going to pay. So we have a credit card with Bank of America that I'm paying off first. Normally when people do a debt, you can either do a debt avalanche or debt snowball. Avalanche is where you pay your highest balance first, and then you move on to your smaller ones. Your debt snowball is where you pay the smaller one and go forward. The reason why, this is what we do differently. So these 2 are hospital bills, and they're both small, but Bank of America, we had no interest on this until October. So I need to pay this off before October or we're going to end up paying back interest. These two, again, I can pay minimum payments until we pay off this. Then we have our water heater. Service finance is our fence and our roof. Welcome to being a homeowner. We just had our foundation done, so that's going to be something. And then I have our card note and our mortgage. These two aren't ones that we'll probably work toward getting paid off anytime soon. Our mortgage is, I think our balance is like $152,000. Our card note's like $22,000. Foundation was $5,500. Service finance, we still owe like $16,000 on this. Or 11,000. I'm gonna write in, you'll see me write in the beginning balances, but that's kind of what I did. And then I made some strips to go in between. If you guys are interested in something like this, let me know. Cause yeah, I don't mind making it for you guys either. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you one, and then I'll speed through the rest. These better fit. I measured 5 times. So I'm going to put that down, then I'm going to put down the coordinating. Just like that. And I think we'll be able to pay off Bank of America within the next couple of months, but I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 or 6 payments just in case. So I'm gonna come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put this on the 7th. Just like that. And then go ahead and put down UT Southwestern. This is where I was in the hospital for my herniated disc. It's also where my neurosurgeon and my regular neurologist are. So they know me. They know me. So they are right at 500. So again, I think I could probably pay them off in 3 or 4 payments. Go ahead and come down. Actually, I'll just come down like this and we'll start the next one on the next page. Okay, before I go any farther, let me go ahead and write down the balances. Okay, Bank of America is 15, 25, 31. UT Southwestern is $525.99. There's tons of note pages. I'm gonna do it on the back. I'll just go ahead and do it on the back. So we'll do Texas Health, which is Texas President. Okay, so Texas Presby, Texas Presby is $333.84. You guys didn't know I'm obsessed with houndstooth. I have it in my house, in my dining room, in this navy actually. Beginning balance on my water heater is $13.70. I'm gonna go ahead and leave all of this page, and then yeah, that should be plenty. The next one is Service Finance, and this is getting an entire page all to itself. This is the one that is $11,000, and it'll be the fifth debt that we snowball. So go ahead and put one at the bottom just to make it pretty. We have our foundation. That's not right. Gosh darn it. This loan right here is 0% financing. So we're not paying any interest. On the other one, the foundation, we will be paying interest. So we'll pay off the ones with, and that's another hint too. It's like if you have a loan that's no interest, go ahead and pay off the ones that have interest first, especially your credit cards. If your cards are over 20% APR, pay those bobies off first. And then pay off your card note and stuff later. Pay off whatever you're paying the most interest on first. Now, I'm not a financial planner or anything like that, but we paid off, golly, we were like, I paid off a shit ton of debt, y'all. Probably $10,000 our first 3 months. We do have a emergency fund. It's $2,000, just because there's 2 of us. I thought that was I'm just gonna leave this off. Let's grab the other one. So if I had a hint to you, I'm only going to make 12 payments, I think, in this planner. So for service finance, we'll see how far we get. Like I said, they're the fifth snowball, so we have a lot to do before we get there. And so how this works is, well, I'll explain more in my August budget, but I know a lot of people are like potential savings. Once our emergency fund is at 2,000, then we don't put any more in savings. Now I will need to put money in savings because we had to get our pool done, and we spent $1,100 on our pool the last 2 months. It needed a new motor, then we had to change the filter cartridges, and we recently just had to fix the chlorinator. It's a 20-year-old pool, so for those things to have lasted, and we don't know what happened, you know, the first few years of it, because that was, we're not the original owners of the house. So, so I'm going to go ahead and leave all of these, because once we start snowballing, I may make extra payments. Instead of paying it once a month, it may get paid twice a month. So we'll see. Again, that's the whole purpose of a snowball. So once we pay off Bank of America, all the money that I'm paying toward Bank of America will go to Texas Health. And then all the money that I paid for Bank of America and Texas Health will go to the water heater. Texas Presby, UT Southwestern. And then all of that will go to Texas Health. And then all of that, so whatever I've put toward these 3 will go to the water heater. So it'll make more sense, especially once I can show you guys my August setup, and then I set it up for you guys every month. You'll be able to see. But what I was saying, a lot of people put potential savings, but we don't do that. Whatever is left is what we put in our, oh no, I'm missing one for my mortgage. Am I just going to leave it off? Maybe I'll just leave it off. I didn't do a balance. I didn't do a balance for it. So if you don't know, if you're new here, so I was working a full-time job, and I was making probably $55,000 a year. And then all of a sudden, in October of 2016, I developed an autoimmune disease called myasthenia gravis. It's somewhat similar to muscular dystrophy, where it causes muscle weakness, and it's basically where the nerves and the muscles talk. They don't talk to each other correctly. So, I am disabled now. So I went from making, $55,000 a year to making $1,200 a month. So $24,000 a year. So basically more than half of what I was making. And so it's been a struggle. It hasn't been easy. That's for damn sure. So, but we've been doing our best. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And then when I make another sticker sheet, which I know I will just go ahead and make one for the mortgage. So before I got sick, though, we had financed, so that was October is when I got sick, but back in the summer we had refinanced down to a 15-year mortgage because Rob is 55. He just turned 55. And so we didn't want to be, him in his 80s or whatever, and then us paying off our mortgage, so we refinanced. And then not long after that I got sick. So our mortgage is a huge expense every month. It's basically one of Rob's paycheck every month. So it's going to be tight, and that's why, we keep our emergency fund at what it needs to be, and then I put everything in debt instead of putting it in savings. So once we get all of this done, once we get to our car note, then we'll work on 3 to 6 month savings. 20 is for the foundation. Service finance is $11,330. And like I said, this is a no interest loan. That's why, and this one's at 6.9%. That's why we're paying this one off first. Our car is 22,000. Now I didn't split this up with interest and principal. I'll just check the new balance when we get our new bill and go from there, because if you're paying, that's another thing, if you're paying something with interest and you're going to pay it off early, call them and get the payoff for that date, and that's how much you owe, because you don't want to spend over. And like, I made a payment, we just closed an account and I got like 1 penny check in the mail, so it's like, good grief, come on now. Come on now, is it really that serious? And then our mortgage is 152. 152. And you'll see one of my sinking funds, again, when we get there, is escrow shortage. Short every damn year. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make a sinking fund. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. Let's go back through. So I set up my yearly income. And again, I'm just tracking our paydays and then how much we make at the end of the month. This will be our gross rather than net. I mean, our net rather than gross. So whatever the paychecks are for. And this is where we have yearly due dates, and again, I may cover that up. So this is basically our debt snowball, or our debts, what we have left. So we have Bank of America, we have a couple of hospital bills, we have our water heater. So in Texas, I don't know why, but it's pretty common for them to put your water heater in your attic, which I think is stupid, but they do it anyway. They didn't ask me. So we went ahead and got a tankless water heater that way, because I was like, if that thing burst or whatever, it's going to flood the entire house. So we got a tankless water heater. Our foundation, we just had our foundation done on Friday, and we had to do that because eventually we're going to have our master bath redone. Again, I'm disabled, and we're going to have a shower built with a seat and everything, and so we had to fix the foundation first. Then we have this is the remaining balance of our roof and our fence. We got our car note, and then finally our mortgage. So and like I said, once we get to our car note is when we'll probably start putting 3 to 6 months away in the bank. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I will be sharing our monthly budgets with you guys, how I set them up, talking about, like I said, our sinking funds, my debt snowball, those kinds of things. So if you're interested in that, that will probably be out on Wednesday the 1st. But yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.